This is a very serious, important message to my generation known as Gen Z. Because as I make this video, the date is it May or June? Because as I make this video, the day of May the 9th, 2026, gas prices are $4 plus. They just recently discovered that there's UFOs. We have another version of COVID called the hantavirus that just came out. We could like go to war at any time and I could just get summoned from this seat right now to just be in some regular Czechoslovakian place fighting for wars. And you know our president doesn't even like black people like that. So we're definitely gonna be some of the first people to go, oh, and how can I forget? They're trying to take away like civil rights and stuff like that when it comes to black people and voting and stuff like that. But like, see, all of that honestly isn't even that important. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, that just is what it is. You know, that's everyday normal American stuff, if we're being completely honest. But the biggest problem is the fact that I am still single and I do not have a girlfriend. Like, yes, me, a sexy, handsome, chocolate, dark, tall YouTuber known as Virgo, does not have a girlfriend. Why is that? Well, because it just ain't shit. I'm playing, bro. I love women so much, bro. I don't even like referring to women as bitches unless, you know, I feel like some people, they gotta get the treatment, you know, like there's definitely, seriously, this is my message to Gen Z, because there's all these different things going on right now in Gen Z. We have left and right. They keep telling us there's a new problem with Gen Z. Apparently we're illiterate. We can't read. Apparently a lot of Gen Zers have autism. Apparently phones are gonna give us cancer. Apparently there's global warming, so the planet's gonna explode at any moment. And then they tell us on top of all of that, that we can't even buy a house. Why is coffee $10? That's just like, why does one coffee cost more than minimum wage? How do you explain that, bro? What place do we live in, bro? America is not a real place. I keep saying that. America is a simulation. Low-key, I'm not even with the spiritual community BS, but low-key, I'm starting to feel like we live in the Matrix, because what the hell is this? But anyways, seriously, y'all. I know I keep saying seriously, like it's not me the one who's, but like y'all need to lock in, bro, because y'all supposed to be reminding me to stay on track. But anyways, please don't lose hope. All jokes aside, like we as Gen Z, they're constantly telling us all these things that are pitted against us. They're constantly making it seem like we're just lazy, or they're constantly making it seem like we are the problems, or like basically we're hopeless, we're doomed, right? You know what I mean? The doomer generation, they call us. But listen, the people before us had things just as bad, if not worse. Maybe not the same, but you know what I mean? Bro, like some of our ancestors were cavemen and stuff like that. Like whenever we was talking about that whole 100 man versus a gorilla, bro, like there was actually like a tribe that probably had to fight gorillas, or like there was cavemen who had to fight saber-toothed tigers and stuff like that. There was a Great Depression where niggas was burning dollars just to, like, you know what I mean, have a fire. There was niggas was losing their arm in the Industrial Revolution. Slavery. Well, how do I keep forgetting? Slavery, black people getting burned. Civil rights. They had us hanging from trees. I'm sorry. I know that all the white people, like, I know y'all probably get tired of like black people talking about slavery, but like we're never gonna stop talking about slavery. Like it's slavery, bro. Like come on, bro. All of these things though that we have been through as human beings, and we've consistently made it through. Now, has there been hard times? Has there been times where, you know, it seemed like there was no hope? Yes, but like we as people have always gotten through. It just takes a little time. Even the millennials, they had a similar recession to the one that we're kind of going through right now, right as they were becoming the next adults. And look at them, like sure, they're a little weird, sure, you know, they're a little like, you know, shout out to my millennial watchers, but like, you know, like look at them, like they're good, they had kids, and like, you know, they have houses kinda and stuff, or whatever, VHS tapes, I don't know. But like my point is, do not lose hope, and most importantly, trust in yourself. Like it's easy to look at, like basically cue the music, because I'm on my Michael Jackson Man in the Mirror things, bro. Like whenever you look at the world problems, it's very easy to not have to engage with it on a personal level. And that's where change actually happens. Change doesn't happen in you sitting online and like signing petitions and worried about everybody else's problems. Well, I'm not gonna say it don't like change don't happen like that, but like I'm talking about change that really matters and is gonna affect you. The real change starts with the mirror. Like if you want the world to be a nicer place, then look in the mirror. Be a nicer person to you. Then be a nicer person in general to other people in life. And then other people start being nicer to you. If you want the economy to be better, if you want better work benefits, if you want, you know, better gas prices, granted, some of these things you really can't change. I'm trying to make this message sound sweet, and don't worry, I'm gonna get there. But like, you know, like focus on what you can do. Connect with the right people. Like if you already know we're at a disadvantage, try to give yourself as many advantages as you can. You know, don't just sit there and look at the news and look at how everybody's saying our generation is cooked and go, well, yeah, like we must be cooked. Like, no, that's what they want. Because see, America was founded. Oh, see, I'm about to cook y'all. America was founded by people, specifically, you know, like Gen Z Americans. American was founded by the people, and it was power to the people. But our government today wants to give the power to it, almost like Britain. They trying to go back to that Britain stuff, bruh. They want to give the power back to the system, so the people feel like they're hopeless and weak, and they have to rely on the system while simultaneously hating the system. And I say, fuck that. We need to throw a Boston Tea Party and throw some teas off the ship. Throw some phones off the ship. Throw Chat GPT off the ship. Throw Donald Trump off the ship. Throw what's his name? Throw Nicki Minaj for switching sides off the ship. We need to throw a lot of people off the ship, is what I'm saying. But my point is, though, it's about you. You yourself right now can make a change. I'm not saying you can change the whole world, but I'm saying you can change your own life. And you might change somebody else's life. Me making this video because I'm trying to be a better person, it might inspire you, and then you might inspire somebody else, and then they might inspire somebody else, and then they might inspire somebody else. Before you know it, the whole Gen Z is revolutionized. You know, we can't just sit here and talk about this. We gotta be it. And I just want to say that because, like, we have the power to change. You know, I always say, especially for us as Black people, you know, Black people and Gen Z, which is probably why a lot of Gen Z empathizes with Black people, because, you know, a whole generation understands what it feels like to be shot in the foot since the beginning, and then be shamed to be shot in the foot since the beginning. But I always say, we as people are kind of like Goliath, right? In the system and all this, you know, uncertain future and all these economy issues and all these things that we've been hit on as soon as we became the new adults is Goliath, this giant. And we're just this little boy looking at this giant, and you know, like, we like, how are we gonna beat this big ass nigga? There is no way. And my camera just died. But what did God give David? He gave him that slingshot, and he took that slingshot, he put his little stone in it, he dropped that boy. You know what I'm saying? And technology, because you can connect with people, you can spread messages, you can build your own wealth, you can build your own brand, you can rally, petitions, connect, universal. Technology is our slingshot. You know what I mean? Our minds obviously is the biggest slingshot, because whatever you put your mind to, you can do, but especially technology. And don't just use it to scroll. Again, use it to your benefit. Use it to spread your messages. Use it to inspire, spread joy, peace, love, empowerment, because those are the things that we as people, especially our generation today, needs. So yeah, that's the video. I just want to give like a random message to Gen Z, my generation, because like I love my generation so much. And I think as much as people talk bad about us and say this and that, I think like we have great things ahead of us in store, you know, as long as we stick to it. And we have dudes like me not being single. Listen, seriously, if you're in South Carolina, low country area, bro, you're single, you're Black, melanated, you gotta have some melanin. I mean, I think I'm down low-key kind of with, like, you know, Hispanics and Latinas and stuff like that and stuff like, they kind of cool-ish, but like, you know, I really like the Black melanated queens for real. But you know, I mean, I take them how they come for real, but no, I don't know. With that, man, listen, I'm Virgo. I appreciate y'all so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Love. Make sure you're being good people.